what you have to wrestle with is your conscious unconscious minds trying to decide, what space am I in right now? Am I in a social space? Am I in a hypnotic space? And eventually that little mental screw you that you had was your unconscious mind saying, look, just get out of the way, let me take over. It'll be much more fun for you. This is super simple. Are you ready to go into a nice, pleasant trance right now?
Yeah.
Wonderful. What you do is look at me and do not look away until your eyes want to close. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. All the way. Very good. That's right. That's right. That's it. That's it. And learn something of great importance to you. That's it. Your mind opening up. That's it. To ways of experiencing yourself. Learning. That's it. In ways that are uniquely right for you as a complete person. Now, take all the time you need to allow this process to develop to your satisfaction. And only when you're ready, you'll find yourself somehow drifting out of this state. Open your eyes, feeling refreshed, relaxed, alert. Simply fantastic. Knowing that something really good has happened, even though you can't quite put your finger on what exactly that was. Welcome back.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm doing really great, actually.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Did you enjoy that?
I really enjoyed that. Thank you.
Excellent. Do you have any questions about that? I'll walk you through the steps in a moment. I mean, there's not many, but do you have any questions or anything you want to comment on before we get into the technical stuff?
I was like, I really couldn't get my eyes open. I know that I go into deep trance easily, but this one was way faster, really.
Right? So look, this is the going first induction. A really important principle in hypnosis is us, what we do as hypnotists, right? So I'll give you a little bit of backstory to this. Back in the day when hypnosis was still being called mesmerism, the hypnotists would bring around their own favorite trance subject, someone who was a deep somnambulistic subject. They would just go into these profound trances to make demonstrations on. And someone along the lines, they noticed that when you have a really good hypnotic subject up on stage, and someone else says, I want to experience this too, just having one person in a very deep trance makes other people in the room kind of follow suit, right? We're not quite sure what it is. It may have to do with mirror neurons. Who knows? We're speculating. But the fact is, in the same way as you can pick up on people's emotions, you go into a room, everyone's happy, you somehow get happier. You go into a room, everyone's a little sad, you somehow have your own mood checked as well, right? Yeah. We respond to other people's states of mind very profoundly as human beings. So we're going to use that to our advantage. How are we going to do this? Well, now that you've had a nice day, at least, of trances, plus maybe other experiences you've had before, we're going to do our initial setup. I'll talk to you about the technicalities in a moment. But then all you want to do is take yourself into a trance. The key here is you've got to keep your eyes open for this one, right? So you can't do, right? Because then the other person might look and you go, who am I paying this for, right? If you keep your eyes open and on the client, you can still create all the internal sensations of trance, all the relaxation, all the slowing down of your mind. And anytime you see your client do anything that looks a little bit more like trance, you encourage it. You say, that's right, very good, right? You're giving them a hint as to where to go. But because you're not telling them exactly what to do, like now your breathing's changing and now your blinking's changing and now you're relaxing more, you're not telling them these things. Their conscious mind often has no idea what the heck you're talking about. And yet this weird feeling comes across them. You may have experienced it yourself a little bit when we got started. You didn't quite know, were you allowed to close your eyes? Were you not allowed to close your eyes?
Yeah.
So you fought it a little bit, and then eventually you went, screw you. If you're not going to tell me, I'm just going to close them anyways, because it's so much better, right? So what you have to wrestle with is your conscious unconscious minds trying to decide, what space am I in right now? Am I in social space? Am I in a hypnotic space? And eventually that little mental screw you that you had was your unconscious mind saying, just get out of the way, let me take over. It'll be much more fun for you. Does that make sense?
If you found this insightful, make sure to subscribe for more fascinating discussions on the power of the mind and hypnosis.